There was a letter inside the glasses case. Kim Min-jae stopped. His father's old leather glasses case. The leather had cracked and the color had faded. The metal clasp was rusted. He had found it in the second drawer of his father's desk while sorting. He opened the clasp. No glasses inside. Instead, a piece of paper, folded small, flat at the bottom of the case. He removed it and unfolded it. His father's handwriting, pressed firmly with a pen. Faded but clear. Jeong Ho-seong. This glasses case belongs to him. He left it here for safekeeping and 20 years have passed. I do not know if he is still alive. He said he was from a riverside village to the east. Find him. He left this here, so he should be the one to take it back. If he is no longer alive, find his family. Let them know that he left this somewhere. Let them know. A name Min-jae had never once heard. Jeong Ho-seong. Not from his father. Not in 26 years of living together. Someone had left this glasses case with his father. His father had kept it for 20 years. Find him. Or if he is gone, let his family know. Let them know. His father had died 50 days ago. Before dawn, he had come out of his room to find him on the floor. Heart failure. His heart had been weak for years. The evening before had given nothing away. Dinner, television, the usual cough, bed. Nothing more. The funeral had passed. His sister came from another village and left after 3 days. Min-jae remained alone. His mother had died when he was 12. After that, he and his father had lived together in this house for 26 years. Now only Min-jae remained. He had not moved a single thing from his father's room. Not the cushion, not the teacup, not the slippers. For more than a month he had put off sorting. Today he had finally made himself go in. Desk first, second drawer, the glasses case. His father had been a quiet man. Not warm, but not frightening. Simply still. He swept the yard. He walked briefly in the alley and came back. He set dinner on the table each evening. They ate and watched television and said very little. For 26 years, Min-jae had never once asked what his father was thinking. His father had never offered. That was how this house had worked. And this glasses case had been in that drawer for 20 years. Left there by someone. Kept by his father. With a note that said let them know. The next morning he went to find the oldest resident of the village. A man named Oh Byung-chol, close to 80. Who had known his father since they were young. He showed him the glasses case and the letter. He said the name Jeong Ho-seong. The old man looked at the glasses case. He read the letter. He was quiet for a moment. Then he said Jeong Ho-seong. The name is dim in my memory. He lived in this village for a time when your father was young. Then one day he was gone. More than 20 years ago. Something happened. Your father said that person had left something with him. I did not know the details. I do not know where Ho-seong is now. 3 days later Min-jae boarded a bus. Headed east with the glasses case in his coat pocket. A little over 2 hours. A riverside village he had never visited. Warm April wind. Spring fully arrived. He found the house. A vegetable plot in the yard. Spring greens pushing through. He knocked. Slow, heavy footsteps. The door opened. A man in his early 70s. Half white hair. Many lines on his face. Deep quiet eyes. A worn jacket. He looked at Min-jae without speaking. Then he said, "You look like Jongman. Your eyes." Min-jae could not answer. They sat across a worn wooden table. River sound from outside. Spring water. The man looked at the photograph on the wall. 2 young men by a river. Both smiling. The man said, "That is my brother Ho-seong." On the left, the one beside him is a friend from those years. Min-jae placed the glasses case on the table. Then the letter. The man picked up the case. He ran his fingers slowly over the cracked leather. The rusted clasp. He opened it. He looked inside. Empty. The letter was on the table beside it. He picked it up and read it slowly. He set it down. His eyes changed. Something old moved in them. He exhaled, long and slow. He said, "Jeong Ho-jun. I am Ho-seong's older brother. Come in." Min Jae said, I found this in my father's desk. He kept it for 20 years. He never once said a word about it. Not in 26 years of living together. Today was the first time I knew. Ho-jun was quiet for a long time. The river sounded outside. Then he began. 20 years ago my brother Ho-seong had to leave this village suddenly. There were circumstances I will not go into. The night before he left, he went to your father's house. He asked your father to keep this glasses case for him. He said it was important. He said he would come back for it. Your father agreed. But Ho-seong did not come back. There was no word from him. I have looked for him over the years. I have not been able to find him. I do not know if he is still alive. I can only hope that he is somewhere. Min Jae said, my father kept this for 20 years. Waiting. And then when he could no longer wait, he left the note for me. Find him. Or if he is gone, find his family. Let them know that he left this somewhere. Let them know. Ho-jun picked up the letter again. He read the last line one more time. Let them know that he left this somewhere. Let them know. He said your father waited for my brother for 20 years. Alone. Without saying anything to anyone. And then he trusted his son to find what he could not. Min Jae's eyes burned. He closed them slowly. Then opened them. Min Jae said, I will say what my father could not say. He waited for Ho-seong. For 20 years he kept this case in his drawer and said nothing. He was that kind of man. He received what someone left with him and he kept it. Because that was what had been asked of him. Ho-jun looked at Min Jae for a long time. Something old and heavy moved through his eyes. Then he bowed his head slowly and deeply. He held it down for a long moment. When he raised it, his eyes were wet at the inner corners. He did not let it fall. He said, thank you, and thank your father. He kept what my brother left behind. For 20 years, would you have understood right away why your father kept a stranger's glasses case in a drawer for 20 years? Or would you have needed to hear the whole story before the weight of it landed? Ho-jun picked up the glasses case. He looked at it in both hands. Then he said, I will keep this. It is my brother's. Whether he comes back or not, I will keep it. Min Jae received the letter back. In both hands. His father's words. Find him. Let them know. 20 years in a drawer beside an empty glasses case. His father had waited without saying a word. That had been his way. Receiving what was left with him. Holding it carefully. Trusting that the right day would come. On the bus home he held the letter and looked out the window. Fields of pale green. Leaves on every branch. Spring, completely and finally here. He had his father's letter in his hands. Today he had done what his father could not. He had found the family. He had let them know. He came home after dark. He went to his father's desk. He opened the second drawer. The place where the glasses case had been. Empty now. He placed the letter in that spot. His father's words. In his father's place. His father had been a quiet man. But not a man without loyalty. He had kept a promise for 20 years without telling anyone. He had waited without complaint. He had trusted his son with the rest. That was who his father had been. Min Jae had learned one part of it today. Perhaps too late, but today was enough. What is kept in trust is not always forgotten. Sometimes it waits inside an old glasses case in a desk drawer for 20 years. Waiting for someone to open the clasp. Waiting for the day someone finally lets them know. If this story stayed with you, the next one begins here too.